Viewers' discretion is advised.
Hey, man. I'm Jeremy Harlan.
I'm Pigeon.
Hey, what's up? My name is Brian.
And welcome to that 420 show. Yeah. So, as you guys know, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Or if you're watching this, it's probably Thanksgiving already. If you're watching this in the future. But anywho, a lot of us know the fake little history of Thanksgiving. For example, like we all know that pilgrims came and they were like sharing stuff with the Indian natives, and then the natives were sharing stuff with the pilgrims. But nobody really knows the true history of Thanksgiving. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. First, let's introduce this fella because you guys are probably wondering who this D is. So go ahead, introduce yourself. What you do for a living, or you go to school? Just share a little info about you.
Well, yeah, my name is Brian. I work here with my dad. We do a lot of engraving and chroming work, as well as gold plating, like for a lot of lowrider shows and stuff like that. Like you can actually see our work done on it, because our work is professional work, like for car shows and all that,
Right,
events and all that. So I just help him do that, and I smoke a lot.
Awesome. And this is why he's on the show. So I met him towards Pigeon. You're gonna see him on some other shows. So just beware of this fella.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about the true history of Thanksgiving. So as I'm speaking, you guys could start the rotation or anything you guys are doing. Okay? Here's the lead. Okay, so the history of Thanksgiving. The true history of Thanksgiving is pilgrims and natives sharing stuff. Yes, it is. But pilgrims became a little selfish about land, about wanting more stuff, and you know how white people are. They're always wanting stuff. But so what happened here is they weren't being too kind to natives, like they started shooting up natives, they started stealing stuff, destroying stuff, until eventually they kind of went into a little war, but it wasn't really a war. And then Thanksgiving came around, and this happened it went around for 3 years. The first year that the pilgrims got here, everything was fine, peaceful as fuck. After that, the pilgrims started to become a little cocky and wanting the land that weren't theirs. So that's when the conflict started. And that's when, they were like, you know what, let's take over these natives' land, let's do this shit. And that's what happened. That's what a lot of people don't know. It's that it was a massacring day, They were invited to this feast, and everybody got killed at the dinner table. So now we're celebrating the same tradition. We all gather around, but we're not killing people. We're actually saying thanks to God. But I just want to hear you guys' opinion upon this, because obviously we all have different opinions about this. I don't know who wants to start first. What do you guys feel about Thanksgiving? Like, should we really celebrate it as it is, continuing tradition? Who gives a fuck if natives died? Or should we implement this and call it what it is, Indigenous Day? Because that's what they're trying to name it now. I don't know if you guys heard. They're trying to remove Thanksgiving and just call it Indigenous Day. I think the law passed here in California. It's not Thanksgiving no more. It's actually Indigenous Day. So, yeah, it's Indigenous Day. So, what do you guys think? Like, should we keep on celebrating Thanksgiving as we do, gather around and feast? Or should we really just have in memory what really happened and keep in memory those natives that died in this tragic history of America? So what do you guys feel we should Americans do?
I think it's okay just to have a one single day to be thankful and just reunite with your family. That's the day they're trying to have, just let them have that day. If there's some people that want to, that feel offended or want to reminisce on what happened in the past, they could avoid celebrating that day, like how people avoid Christmas and they
Right.
celebrate Hanukkah, or,
Right.
people could have their own choice at their comfort at their own house,
Right.
to decide what they want to do.
Now I have a question for you. You as, I don't want to put religion out there, but you
Yeah.
as a Christian,
Yeah.
how do you feel that they're trying to remove Thanksgiving and call it Indigenous Day? Because I remember when I used to go to church, I had a pastor that was so against it. Like, no,
Yeah.
they shouldn't call it Indigenous Day. Just keep it Thanksgiving. We're giving thanks to God. So I want to hear your opinion towards that. Should we name it Thanksgiving or should we name it Indigenous Day still?
Honestly, it really shouldn't even matter, just I think what should matter is just be thankful on that day, like there is people, just I don't know, just that I don't even know. I don't think it matters to God at all. I think just every day you live your life, be thankful to God. Count your
Yeah, I mean,
blessings.
Thanksgiving should be every day. You should be grateful every
Yep.
day. As soon as you wake up, thank God I'm alive.
Yeah, if you're with God, your Thanksgiving's every day. You count your
Exactly.
blessings. You're thankful for everything.
Yeah, if you think about it, almost every major religion has like a bigger story behind it. Like Christmas, we just celebrate it to give gifts and be with the family. But the true origin is the birth of Jesus Christ. Or, for example, Easter. We're celebrating the Easter bunny, but it's actually like it's a religious.
Symbol, as Jesus coming back to life. Yeah, I
Yep.
feel you. Yeah, I mean, Halloween, they're always against Halloween, but I mean, the real history of Halloween is just, Halloween.
Please excuse my faded ass.
Here, let me be actually more. So, Halloween is really not that bad as people say it is. Honestly, Halloween used to be the day where like kids used to go around fuck shit up, and then November 1st, people wake up with like eggs on their windows, toilet paper everywhere, the garden destroyed. So that's why they call it Devil's Night, because teenagers, they had iPhones, so they'll go out there and destroy shit, They didn't have TV, they didn't have no kinds of iPhones, so that's why teens back then, they were a fucking mess, because that's the only way of having fun, like destroying shit. And don't get me wrong, destroying shit is actually pretty fun. I remember you guys ever did it, gone to an abandoned house or something and
Guilty.
destroyed the shit out of it. It's fun. So that's what I'm saying. That's shit. Once a year, just destroy the whole neighborhood. That's dope. But a lady was getting tired of her gardens and her roses being destroyed all the time, so she created a party. It was the first Halloween party in America. Her name is Elizabeth. That was the lady who created Halloween. Enough about history. Give me more about Thanksgiving. What's your thoughts about Thanksgiving? Like,
Well, yeah, you're right. Like Thanksgiving was plotted to kill the Indians and all that. But nowadays, I think that America doesn't really likes to talk about its dark past. Like we don't talk about how the American troops used to kill people in the Vietnam War or any of that. It's not written in the history books, but it is something that we should be talking about because it is tragic.
everybody deserves to hear the truth, And if America is all about the truth, always saying, "Oh, say the truth. Don't lie to the cop. Don't lie to a judge." Okay, then don't lie to us. Tell us the truth. What happened in our history? They try to cover the Hispanic history. A lot of times, and they're just bad. They're really bad at that. They shouldn't
Yeah,
do that.
that right there where the Dodger Stadium is, before there was a stadium, there was actually houses and residents living there, and they were all Hispanic, but they didn't want to give their houses, their land, their
Right.
property, but they were actually forced out. But no one really talks about it. But that's how they built Dodger Stadium on that hill right there.
And see that's fucked up, and that's the true horror of LA. It's not even about people being killed. It's about us living in fear. There's a lot of people And recently, actually, one of my friends got her dad deported. I don't know if you guys know Elizabeth. Is it Elizabeth? Emily. Sorry, Emily. You guys know Emily?
No.
I think I seen the post.
Yeah, her dad got. Oh my God, her dad got deported, and it's so sad because it's. Why are we living in fear? Like, we're not supposed to. You know how I feel like. I don't know if I said this before, but I feel like we're living in the Nazis. It feels like the Nazis, and they were persecuting the Jews. That's how it feels like. Like, we shouldn't be living in fear. You know, and I feel like that's how us Hispanic are living because, you know, we're being persecuted by ICE. We're being threatened by Trump. Basically, you know, he threats us every day through the media, like
Trying to separate our families, dude.
period. And you know, this has been happening throughout the whole history of America. Back in the days, it wasn't Hispanics, but it was blacks. They was the one that were being split up. You know, like they were being split up by their they were being split up by their families. You know, like the mom couldn't have their kids with them. Sometimes they would be sold. You know, the kids would be sold because having a kid would slow down the workers. You know, and
they just seen it as profit because like they just seen the humans as like animals that they can use to their advantage, such as like cattle or stuff like that. You know how like farmers just buy them and use them like as a tool or for their resource. Like they just give it food to survive, but they use it just to work. That's how they were treating African Americans. Like they were just selling them like that.
And then we fast forward a little bit, not even that much, a little bit, and then we have the Japanese American War, and then Japanese are being treated like Mexicans now because they were also incarcerated. Basically, don't call them camps, call them incarceration, call them prisons, you know, because they're not camps. Camps are different, you know. They got camps have the camps have, you know, entertainment, you know, they have climbing stuff, you know, they got pole, those the things that they be like zip lines, you know,
like outdoors and stuff.
Right,
yeah.
and they have cabins. These kids don't have cabins. You know, they don't have cabins. They don't have tents. They don't have no sort of activity. You know, they do have instructional time, meaning educational time, but I feel like they have to be outside. They can't be in prisons. They can't be behind bars because when you traumatize a kid behind bars, they're not gonna know any better. They're gonna think they're just doing bad their whole life. You know, and don't get me wrong, but I feel like that's how you create criminals. You're basically treating these kids like criminals. Why are these kids being treated like criminals? What have they done? What is their crime? Coming to this country just to be free? That's just my problem right now. And I don't know how that from Thanksgiving went to this, but it's a good topic to talk about because it's happening to our friends now, you know. It's happening to people we know, people we went to school with. Like, it's not a joke anymore. It's becoming something serious now, you know. Like, any moment it could be our family, someone else's family, my neighbor's family.
Thanksgiving is about being with family, you know, like uniting, you know, once a year, you know, hopefully. And you know, like there's problems like that, like your parents getting sent to camps because you know they're immigrants. You won't have your family for Thanksgiving. You know, it's a problem that, you know, Thanksgiving you should just really be with your family.
Yeah, you should. And I just wish everybody the best, you know, because you never know. You never know when people leave. And I'm not only speaking by being like deported, but also like death. Like, you just never know. Just be nice to one another. Be thankful for one another. You know, be thankful they're there. You know, I'm always thankful for the cast I have because you guys are fucking amazing. Honestly, so I'm always grateful for that. We should do that. What are you guys grateful for? What do you guys get for?
I mean,
Weed.
that has to be like number 2. I don't know, number 1. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel probably just like to be alive in this moment with like the people you are, because life is crazy. Like your life could change in an instant. Just one mistake, or just like being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Just being alive, being here, being where I'm at.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah,
Man.
it's true. Yeah, I hear it.
But what's your usual tradition for Thanksgiving? What do you do? What do you do?
We gather up. We gather up as a family. Everybody brings something. You know, like you bring the chicken, I bring tomato sauce. I don't know.
I don't know. For me, my family, I don't know. I feel like one set of uncles and aunts already have like the food prep. Like we just go to their house and all
It's
day
already
they're
ready.
cooking. All day they're cooking, you know. And then like my mom, she makes buñuelos. I don't know if you know what they are, but like she makes them for Christmas every year, and like for Thanksgiving as well, you know. So like she'll just take that and like we just gather up like the whole family, you know. And like before we actually start eating, me and my cousins, of course, we'll smoke. We'll take a few dabs off the rib, just to get the munchies kicking in,
Yeah.
and like just like feast, you know.
I feel it. So what are you grateful
I'm grateful for, I don't know, just basically, yeah, like being here and alive and weed and, you know, just, you know, knowing about God, you know.
for? Yeah, I feel
That's
it.
dope, you know. Humbled out.
Always stay humble.
Yeah.
Cause humble people get nice things.
Your time will come
That's
to
some
shine.
faded shit. Humble people get some get some good shit. Get some good things. Like I don't know.
Some good karma.
Yeah, good
karma.
karma.
Positive
You do
vibes
good,
around
good things happen.
you.
And when bad
put out-
things
you put
happen
out there,
to you,
get it back.
don't look. When bad things happen to you, don't give up. You know, don't look down on it. Don't overthink on it. Cause let me tell you something. Problems are not always forever. Problems always get solved. You know, the longest problem could probably last, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, a month, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, problems are never forever. There's always like a result to the situation. Just fight for it. Don't give up. Always be positive and always look forward for a positive day. You know, just don't give up on your situation. You know, whoever's going through whatever situation you guys are going through, don't give up on that shit. It'll get better. Everything gets better at the end of the day. You know, just
Christmas is coming.
yeah.
Yeah. Look forward to.
Hanukkah.
And after
what
that
else?
passes, you have the next Christmas to come looking
Yeah.
forward to.
El Dia de los Reyes for those who
Your
are
birthday.
watching in
Yeah.
Mexico.
The New Year's is coming in.
Yeah,
New
New
Year's.
Year's.
Yeah, celebrate.
2020.
Yeah, hope y'all ready for that shit.
Yup. Big things coming up.
It went by quick this year, y'all. Like,
That's what happens
damn.
every year.
That's what happens when you get high.
I don't think it goes slower when you get high though.